Good morning, students. Hope you all are well. So, our today's video is about some genetic disorders and pedigree analysis. So, genetic disorders can be three types: autosomal recessive disorder, autosomal dominant disorders, and sex-linked disorder. So, let's see some autosomal recessive disorder. Thalassemia. So, it is an autosomal recessive disorder, and it is also blood disorder. So, it is caused by the recessive mutation of the autosomal gene where the hemoglobin is non-functional. So, in normal individuals, inside the hemoglobin there is two protein, alpha and beta globulin protein. It is present. So, these proteins are controlled by two genes, HBA1, HBA2 and HBB gene for alpha and beta globulin protein. But the mutant gene present in the individuals having the thalassemia disease, this is unable to synthesize the normal globulin protein. That means that results in non-functional hemoglobin, and that hemoglobin does not carry oxygen properly, and that results in anemia. So there is two type of thalassemia, alpha and beta. So in alpha thalassemia there is deletion or mutation in the alpha globulin genes, that means HBA1 and HBA2, and in beta thalassemia there is mutation or deletion of the beta globulin genes, that means HBB. So as you can see, in case of normal individuals, the red blood cells are proper in structure, they can carry oxygen properly because they have the large surface area. But in case of the individuals having thalassemia disorder, the shape of the RBC also changed. They cannot carry the oxygen properly, and there is non-functional hemoglobin. Next is sickle cell anemia. It is also a blood disorder and an autosomal recessive disorder. So the normal hemoglobin gene, that is hemoglobin A, is replaced by the mutant gene, that is hemoglobin S. So the normal hemoglobin A gene is synthesized by one amino acid, that is glutamic amino acid. So it is replaced by amino acid valine when it is synthesized the mutant gene, that is hemoglobin S. So that results in the reducing oxygen carrying capacity and of the hemoglobin, and the shape also change, and it's become sickle shaped, and that causes a severe anemia. That means there is loss of RBC, and obviously the hemoglobin is non-functional. So as you can see, the shape of the RBC cell is changed. Next is PKU, that is phenylketonuria. It is also an autosomal recessive disorder. So it is caused by the deficiency of one enzyme, that is phenylalanine hydroxylase, in our liver cells, and that leads to reduce the level of some other amino acids. So what are the symptoms of the phenylketonuria disease? So it results in the light coloring of our skin and hair because phenylalanine fail to synthesize tyrosine, and tyrosine is responsible for the formation of melanin. And what is the function of melanin? Formation of pigments in our skin color. Next is autosomal dominant disease. So Alzheimer's disease is an autosomal dominant disease. So Alzheimer's disease is caused by two pairs of autosomal genes, and these genes are located on 19th and 21st chromosome in humans. So this disease results in memory loss because there is degeneration of neurons, and this type of disease is generally occur in case of older people. Now there is some sex-linked disorders. Color blindness. So it is caused by the recessive gene that present on the X chromosome. That's why it is X-linked. So the individuals having these disorders, they cannot distinguish between green color and red color because of the presence of the green and red cone cells or the green or red cone pigments. Hemophilia is also a sex-linked disorder, and the recessive gene also present on the X chromosome, and this gene fails to produce some important factors that are responsible in blood clotting. So hemophilia A and hemophilia B, two types. So hemophilia A is caused due to the lack of anti-hemophilic globin, means anti-hemophilic globin protein, and the hemophilia B, that is caused by the lack of plasma thromboplastin. You know thromboplastin is responsible for blood clotting. It is an important protein. So there is also lack of plasma thromboplastin, and that forms the hemophilia B. Next, it is the inheritance of hemophilia in man. So first you see, it is a cross between a normal female and the hemophilic male. Hemophilic male is showing XH. Okay, so in F1 generation, the means the offsprings are carrier, means the females or the daughters are carrier, and the sons are in normal condition, because sons are getting one X chromosome from female, means from their mother, and the daughters are getting one X chromosome from their hemophilic father. That's why they are carrier. But in next generation, there is a cross between the carrier daughter and the normal sons. So when the offsprings are produced, they are having 25% chance of the daughters having normal daughter and carrier daughter, and in son also there is 25% chance of normal son and 25% of hemophilic son. So in case of this normal daughter, one X chromosome is coming from the mother and one is from father, means both the normal X chromosome. But in case of carrier daughter, one normal X chromosome is coming from the father, but one hemophilic X chromosome is coming from mother. In case of normal son, one normal X chromosome is coming from the mother, and in case of hemophilic son, the hemophilic X chromosome is coming from the mother. Okay. Next is our pedigree analysis.